What is going on YouTube land? It is I, June Heat, bike with another video. Hey man, today's topic, it might just ruffle a few feathers. I'm sorry, I apologize in advance, but I have to say this because I've been seeing the discussions. First of all, man, I appreciate all of y'all who've been subscribing, liking the videos, commenting. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. Now let's get into it. As you can see, I'm an African American. I'm a black man. But I am the furthest from racist. I have no racist. I see everything. I call myself a superhuman, so I see everything from above what my outside is. I am me, the individual, a male, June Heat, a man. But I don't see color, gender, all the stuff they use to divide. I use as a tool to step outside and be able to see things from the human point of view, which is the only point of view that matters. So today's topic, I'm going to be speaking on black wrestlers, because it's a big discussion. I see a lot of reactors and YouTubers and social media influencers who are making videos saying that black wrestlers are not being pushed the way they need to be pushed. And to a degree, from the outside looking in, it's been a good few of fumbles from Vince McMahon and other promoters on black wrestlers. I can say that from the outside looking in, from outside of the black. I see it. So I understand where it's coming from, but let's be clear. Let's be crystal clear. For as many good ones and fumbles they have, is ones that they had that shouldn't even have been there at that time in the first place. Let's be clear about that. So what I'm gonna do is just start listing some of the names of, because if we go by today's current product, which sometimes you have to start from the past, but let's go from the day. You have let's see, you got Naomi. They before she got pregnant, she was just finna get to that point to where she needs to be, and she's gonna come back and resume that. So you got Naomi. You got Bianca Belair, who's decorated right now. She's a made woman in WWE. Let's see. You got who I think is they're gonna make a star is Obafemi down in NXT. He's one to look out for. He's gonna be one to watch. Trick Williams is another one that's gonna be one to watch right now. But if we talking established artists, we got Naomi, Bianca Belair, and who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. But those two females right there, their accomplishments is like, what can you say about them? They right where they need to be. Bianca Belair is possibly she is neck and neck with Rhea Ripley as the two most popular women on the roster. So, and I understand people's point about Montez Ford, but I think that's still to come. Y'all got to give them time. They got to make these stories make sense. Like, so give it time. He will get his just due. He's coming. Like, just be patient. I understand where you're coming from with them. But, and yes, they let the Hurt Business go, the Hurt Syndicate now. But let's be real, man. Let's be real. Like, let's be real. Out of that is only Bobby. And people not realizing the ages of these guys. Like, Bobby's in his 40s, finna be late 40s. Shelton is in his late 40s. Like, come on, man. Like, they were aging. Like, they can't just be pushed like that, because they, even though they in good shape, they still wrestling and doing what they do. But at the same time, like, and especially when you got a actual story like the Bloodline story going and developing at the same time, you can't have those. Yes, it would have been a good matchup, but this, Bloodline got a whole story for years and years back. Like, they telling the actual long-term story with this. The Hurt Business was just gonna be like a angle. It was gonna be more like an angle, and at the time, like, if you got the Hurt Business, you got the Bloodline, and you got Judgment Day. All three of those factions was cooking at the same time. But when you look at it, like, the Bloodline and Judgment Day had internal stories. Like, they was telling stories internally, and they was fighting other people. That's why they stuck out like that, because they had internal story, internal dissensions and all that. And they was going against other factions, other people. So that made the story. That's why they both still going to this day. Like, the Hurt Business didn't have a story like that. They just got together. It just seemed like they got together, and they had a little success, even though they did actually win. The Bobby had the world title, and Shelton and Cedric had the tag titles. Still, like, that was a good, push for what they was at that time. Like, but you got to realize also that was COVID time, so it needed a story. Like, you have to have stories. So that's just, that's why the Judgment Day and the Bloodline stuck around, and the Hurt Business was kind of left in the wind, because, like I said, they had internal stories going on. They had a whole gimmick. Yes, like, the gimmick of the Hurt Business was pretty decent. They walk around in suits, and they was hurting people, but it was also like too many dull moments. You get what I'm saying? Like, they didn't try to, like, incorporate stories. Like, they didn't make no stories out of it, so that's what made it seem dull. And ultimately, just like a lot of stuff on the roster, like, that they push it to the side, and they go to another idea that's making money. Like, and you can't be mad at that. So I see a little story building between Montez and Angelo Dawkins with B Fab. Like it's getting interesting. So let them simmer and cook a little bit. Make the story make some sense, man. Like for real. I hate the direction they done went with the New Day, but that's not the New Day's fault. But at the same time, I can say New Day had their run. They had their run, and it is what it is. They aging out. Like now if we talking about like I said, Montez Ford, I get what you're saying. He should have been out of that group. No offense to Angelo Dawkins. He great too, but we all know that everybody's waiting for Montez to be the star that he is. And it's gonna happen. Just give it a little time. He's still a little young himself. He got time to simmer and cook. Let it cook. But they have had a lot of, only outside of that, one I can say is Jacqueline, the female Jacqueline. She should have been a more dominant champion because she was great for her day in the Attitude Era. But outside of that, Farouk could have probably got a better run. That's a little drop ball. But like I said, I admit it. There are a lot of fumbles. There are a lot of fumbles from Vince McMahon. I can admit that. But at the same time, for all those fumbles, there's been a lot of the no talent hacks that shouldn't have been there at the time. Like a lot of people got runs that they shouldn't have. Like it's all about gimmick and story. Like you see Booker T, he came in with a decent little story with Stone Cold. They told a few stories after that with Triple H and everybody else. They got him acclimated, and then what'd he do? Change up, boom, King Booker, and he went to the moon. Like let's be honest. Like we gotta be honest about a lot. Yes, they dropped the ball on Big E a little bit, just a little bit. The whole loss to Brock Lesnar thing at day one that year, that kind of killed him. But at the same time, it was time for him to disconnect from New Day, period. Like, and just be his own person. And they didn't do it. So, but he did get a championship. He was an Intercontinental Champion, Tag Champion. He a Grand Slam Champion. More than likely gonna be a Hall of Famer. So, like, I don't know what kind of push I'll be expecting, but it's kind of like sometimes you have to step out. For you to stand out as a black wrestler, you have to do something other than be a prototypical, like King Booker. He stepped outside of being a prototypical black. Wearing the shades to the ring and, with the swaggy music, like that's typical black. Like you have to step outside and be different, like in some kind of way. Like, big example is Junkyard Dog. Legend. Could have been more than what he was, but he was aging out, so. But he wasn't the prototypical. You know what I'm saying? He was playing a crazy wild man. He did his little dance in the ring and stuff, but like you got to come in and be something other than like the angry black, wearing shades and flashy shirts, and you got to be different. Like you got to do something different, man. Like you got to develop a whole persona, something about yourself that separates you from, being a prototypical black. And then I'll be seeing people saying, "Oh, well, they let Jay and the Samoans and all them be black." Like, what is being black? Like, everybody, you saying everybody can't wear sneakers and talk with slang? Like, come on, man. Let's be real about this. I seen a lady on Facebook say something about Ahmed Johnson today. He was trash. He was trash. People, I be hearing people. I understand why she said it, because people be saying that he should have been pushed. Like, nah, come on, man. Come on, let's be real. I used to love Coco Beware back in the day. Dude with the parakeet. We used to have a parakeet walking down to the ring. But he didn't ever seem like he wanted to go no higher than the mid card, and you know what I'm saying? And he was great. He was good. Like, but for that time, it was too many other stars that was captivating with something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm being real, I feel like if Montez want to really break out, he got to change up and go a different way. Like, show his range. Like, you got to show some range. Like, I feel like he needs to be like, I want to say, a deep person that's talking kind of riddles, or I think he'd be good at that. Somebody who's psychological, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to say like Bray Wyatt, but somebody who can captivate, because he got that power to captivate you with his mannerisms and how he talk. So I like to see him do something like that, going to a realm of that, like the whole dancing, and like that's prototypical black. Like, let's be honest. Like, how many of them stand out? I give you Xavier Woods. That year he finally won the King of the Ring, they should have pushed him. They should have pushed him in. That's a fumble. I give you that. I give you that. They have a lot of them. But at the same time, like, let's be real. And you got to look at who was actually coming in at those times. Like, people say, oh, well, Ricochet. Man, Ricochet was great in the ring. Everybody loves to see the flips, and but come on. Outside of that, what interest did you have in Ricochet? And I've never been a big fan of the real small guys mingling with the real big guys anyway. So, like, but you have to tell stories, man. Like, that's why AEW is in the shape it's in, because they didn't come out the gate developing long-term stories. Like, they just came out the gate and tried to put on 5-star match after 5-star match after 5-star match, and put these two names, dream match. You can't do that. Like, you have to develop your company's story. Like, it has to be some underarching stories that build your company. You can't build the company. Like, the stories have to build the company. Like, let's be real. AEW is in bad shape because they don't. And another thing AEW does is they making the same mistake WWE did when they invasion, when they bought WCW, and all the stars was supposed to come over. Like, WWE had they pride about the WWE being the big, so they when those wrestlers came over, they didn't want to push them. The DDPs, the Scott Hall's, the Nash, the Goldbergs, the Stings. They didn't even bring Sting in. The biggest star of WCW, they didn't bring him in. So they have a lot of fumbles, but they also, WWE is WWE. They've been around for 40 plus years, so AEW's acting like they've been around for 40 plus years. So when the WWE guys come over, instead of focusing And like Bobby Lashley right now, like, why isn't he the champion? If you took it off Swerve, why ain't Bobby having it? Because y'all want to treat the WWE guys like they ain't nothing. Every single last one of them. Cesaro, all the ones y'all said that WWE had that was going to rise to the top, and when they went to AEW and have all these big title runs and get out the mid card, the Cesaros, the Pacs, the Rusevs, the list can go on. Ricochet right now, Bobby Lashley right now, all of them that y'all said was supposed to be top. They ain't where they at. So let's be real. Like, when you watching wrestling, you gotta watch without bias, man. You can't just, like, who you like is who you like. Who you feel the you know, who you feel for is who you feel for. And if they just so happen to be black and you black, then cool. But at the same time, don't just think because they black they need to be pushed. And like, because a lot of these names y'all throwing around right now, I'm like, man, what? I mean, and I like Carmelo. Carmelo's good, but come on, man. For NXT, like, and that's the problem I think with NXT is the people that they have as champions is all small guys. Like, let's look at it. Like, they've been all small guys. Like, Finn Balor, small guy. Gargano, small guy. Ciampa, small guy. Adam Cole was a small guy. So when they come up and they just come up against these big giants, these real, you know what I'm saying, they look so small. Like, Carmelo just be looking real small. And yes, he got some great moves, but at the same time, like, can you really see him going past the Jey Usos and the Jacob Fatus? Like, come on, man. So I just be wanting people to be real, man. I ain't trying to stir up no controversy, but some of these people y'all saying need to be pushed. Like, why? What is it about them? Like I said, I give you a few of them that they fumbled on, but for the most part, everybody is where they supposed to be at. Like, what's the problem? But anyway. This is half in another video by June Heat. And again, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'm pushing on up there, man. I'm pushing on up there. This year I made some great progress, so I thank y'all so much, and I appreciate you for every like, comment, everybody who subscribed. I appreciate you. Until next time, everybody be blessed.